All right. Hello, you turkeys, and welcome to episode 15 of the SideQuest Gaming Podcast, a podcast where four longtime friends get together and talk about video games, movies, television shows, live streaming, and all the shit that they like to get into on a daily, weekly, quarterly, monthly, and yearly basis. I don't know what that's all about, but I am your host. My name is Wes. My co-host, as always, above me is Pascal. Say hi.
What's up, guys?
Up and to the left is Zach.
Hello.
And down and to the left is TJ.
Gobble, gobble.
What's up, guys?
Oh, absolutely nothing.
It's Halloween.
Full of candy. Full of candy.
Full of candy. I haven't had... Oh, I had... My kid broke me off a piece of his Kit Kat bar.
Ooh, yeah.
I see what you did there. I had some weird tofu noodles for dinner tonight.
Oh.
It was interesting.
I feel like I smelled a fart in a jar right there when you said
My jar is
noodle.
put up, so...
they didn't taste bad, but they were crunchy. I don't know, like you
Not
bit
cooked
into
well?
it. Maybe.
I mean,
that
it's
could be a thing.
tofu.
I was gonna say I thought you just had
Right?
the warm tofu.
How do you
And
crunch
they came
tofu?
inside of a bag.
I did
was
that
like,
before.
It was wet. So like it was filled with water, some sort of goo, and like you strain them and then you boil them a little bit.
Are you sure that I didn't come inside of a bag and just...
Full of
Could have been.
wet
Could
goo.
have been. Smell like fish food.
Oh, never mind. I know who that was. So,
You guys are
We've
so
already
bad.
lost. Derailed.
here we go.
And so it begins.
Yeah.
All right.
So, all right.
Got
He ate crunchy tofu Thai noodles. I had a Kit Kat bar. TJ had candy. Pascal, what'd you eat today?
Pizza and
I had pizza too.
pizza and some German candy, but that's about it.
German chocolate.
What's this? What kind of German candy? Was it chocolate
Yeah, chocolate. Yeah, mostly chocolate, like the good shit.
with some
the good
coffee
stuff.
in it?
One of them was, yeah,
I knew it.
but the rest was like milk creamy or like hazelnut stuff, like pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. I was gonna do something here, but I forgot totally what it was. So, yeah, I don't know. I was looking over here at the dashboard, thinking I needed to do something, and I probably did, but I don't know what it is. So, I guess it's been 3 weeks. Done one of
It
these.
has been some weeks. It's
So,
been a while.
We've probably got a lot to talk about, and I know that
Give me something to talk about.
sometimes there have been concern expressed a little bit with going too long, so we probably will have a rapid fire venting, ranting discussion section here. But before we get to all of that, Pascal, you've been gone for some months. What you been up to? What's up, Swain?
What's up, Swain?
Well, we've been my girlfriend and I. We've been in Germany visiting my family, and it was pretty amazing. Did a lot of sightseeing and all this stuff. Beautiful, and we had a really good time. And then work came back, and all of a sudden I didn't know what to play on the console or the computer. But then I think I played a little bit. What did I play first? Forza came out. I've been playing some Forza, the new Forza, which I like. I do think Forza 3 is better. I just think there was more to do. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. Played with Wes too and with TJ. We played it for quite a while actually together. Watched a little bit more Supernatural. Watch a bunch of The Office. Then we watched the Haunting, the Hill House. Yeah, that was pretty good. Even though it wasn't as scary in the end anymore.
Did you watch them all?
Yep.
But man, it hits you in the feels.
Oh yeah, it does. And what else? Played with the Mr. Westman. We played some Fallout 76. We played some Black Ops. After one match, I already didn't want to play Call of Duty anymore. Then Well, what Wes did was pretty indecisive. So he had Black Ops, so we played.
Hold on, this would be my
And then-
story.
And no, I need to say this because it's really funny. Like, this is how impulsive Wes is. So for people, like, if you guys don't watch him or something, or just listen to a podcast, this is Wes. He buys Black Ops, then nobody else gets it. I don't play really with him. What does he do then? Oh, let's write support. I'm gonna refund it. But there's Fallout, so let's play that, Pascal. I'm like, okay, sure. So we play Fallout with the refunded money because we game share. We didn't like it as much. So Nugget missed the beta completely. He logged on right when it ended.
Yeah,
So-
I got to put my name in there, and then the end.
So, by the way, FU Bethesda for that pre-order bonus beta, which was ridiculous. This is my opinion. So, if anybody else has different opinions about that, that's fine. But so then we didn't like that. So he refunds the Fallout game, and what does he do? He buys Call of Duty again. And he does it all the time with a lot of things.
He's like fat bastard. It's a vicious cycle.
I mean, I don't. Here's the thing. Apparently, the Microsoft the Microsoft Return program has become my new GameStop. If you ask this man over here, Sasquatch Nugget knows, I would buy a game, I would beat it, I would take it to GameStop, and I'd sell it for $30. And a year later, when it's on sale for $5, I'd go buy it again and talk about how great it was. And they would ridicule me to no end about, what are you shaking your head no for?
Lies.
Lies?
Blasphemy.
Well, I mean, I might have sold it back and bought it more than once, if that's what we're talking about.
We need to get the game straight that this happened with.
Not Madden.
I hate Madden. It's bullshit this year. Sells it. A week later.
It's all
Westman
fake
online
news.
playing Madden.
Fake news. Didn't happen. Every year. Anyway, Pascal's right. Go ahead, Pascal.
Yeah, so that was the little adventure, and then we've been playing, or I've been playing a lot, Red Dead Redemption, and which just came out on Friday, and I'm super amazed by it because I think Witcher didn't even do that much that I play, and there's like this 4 or 5 story quest missions, whatever, and I don't do them. I just explore the country and just do whatever, collect, hunt, and try to do everything, and it's just crazy. Like, I always catch myself for 2 or 3 hours doing nothing story related, just roam around, and because the NPCs, the conversations, they have actual like lives. It feels like.
Let's not get too deep into Red Dead Redemption because we're all gonna have like a little discussion about it later.
Right. So that's what I've been played. I played, and other than that, that's about it. What happened for me? I'm pretty boring in that matter. Just a few games that I played.
Did you ever check out that update for No Man's Sky?
I have not yet. I blame Red Dead Redemption. But cool shit. Big update for people who are interested in No Man's Sky.
Which, if you know Pascal, guys, that tells you right there how good Red Dead Redemption is, because he loves him some No Man's Sky.
Yep. So, but yeah, but that was it. I mean, I will check out the other games too, and especially when Battlefield drops, I'm excited for that. But that was pretty much my I kept it as short as I can, I guess, with my last weeks. So, but what about you, Zach?
First off, when's the Battlefield release?
November 20th.
Okay, cool. Just got to get that in there.
I think, or 18th, something like that.
Let's see. I'm going to start with what I watched. I went and saw a movie in the theater with my movie pass for the first time in a while.
Fuck pass.
Fuck movie pass. I also heard, and I forgot to look it up, they're possibly being investigated for misleading shareholders. Go figure.
Go figure.
Right? But we went and saw Bad Times at the El Royale. I'll start off with my rating. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10 nuggets.
What was it again?
It was Bad Times at the El Royale. Had a pretty good cast. They had Jeff Bridges and Dakota Johnson, John Hamm, and Chris Hemsworth
Wow.
Yeah.
are some of the big names in there. It was normally it's a movie I don't care for the setup. It's kind of pulp fiction-esque, where it's the same story told from multiple perspectives until they all converge at the end, kind of sort of thing going
I
on.
don't like Pulp Fiction.
I don't like
Even in Beast Mode.
Tarantino movies.
We're gonna have a problem.
That's fine. I mean,
Go
I
ahead.
think to each their own, but
Behind
whatever.
Jack.
But no, it was a great movie. Jeff Bridges definitely stole the show. His acting was phenomenal, as it always is. But I might be a Jeff Bridges fanboy.
Hey,
Oh,
Tron,
I am.
man.
I even got
Um,
his country CD.
Everything about it was awesome. The soundtrack was awesome. The lighting was awesome. The acting was awesome. I recommend going and seeing it if you
Yeah,
can
I'm
find it in the
gonna
theater.
look that up. What exactly was the
Bad Times
at the?
at the El Royale.
Yeah, so see, they all meet at this one building, and then the blue circle creeps in on them and kills them slowly if they don't get out of it.
Hey, man. There's just a lot of twists and turns. Like, I can't talk about the movie very much without giving a lot of the interesting things that happen away. So
All
I'll
right.
leave it with until you guys check it out. Give it a little bit more time since it did just come out. I don't want to ruin anybody's viewing experience if they go check it out. So there was that. I've been bad and haven't hopped on the Hill House train with you guys, but that's
Don't
next
worry.
on the list. What's going on, Beast Mode? Instead, we've been watching the new Sabrina series that got put on Netflix.
My wife watched some
Now,
of that.
is it like Sabrina, like the Teenage Witch?
I think it's
or-
based
Yeah,
on
it
the
is-
original
it is-
fiction.
It is. It's based on the comics that the show
Okay.
on Nickelodeon was made loosely from.
Right. Yeah, I was gonna say they
Yeah.
weren't.
Very,
No,
very
So
loosely.
yeah.
this is more
Yeah.
towards the comic then.
Yes,
I've heard
more
this
towards
is
the comic.
much darker.
Yeah, a buddy of mine at work actually summed it up pretty good, and I'm going to steal what he said. It's kind of like Harry Potter, but darker. So it's got the same like serious overtones and serious things happening, but it's goofy, kind of, sort of, but it's dark humor goofy. 100% worth watching. We are halfway through episode 7. We had to bail because we had to carve pumpkins tonight. But halfway through episode 7, there's 10 episodes in the first part, and there's going to be 10 episodes in the second part to end it. Great special effects, pretty good acting for having just a bunch of kind of no names in it for the most part. Some people you might recognize from this or that, but they're not huge names. And like Satan shows up in it, and I was expecting it to be a little cheesy.
Like, hi.
It's not. He's terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Just great makeup. It's all mostly practical effects, is what it looks like too, which is really cool. I'm a huge fan of practical effects, very Evil Dead-ish kind of sort of stuff going on. Great show so far. Without having finished it, I'd also give that one like an 8, 7.5, 8.
How many did you watch?
Halfway through the 7th episode out of 10 for this first season part, whatever.
7 out of 10, and already getting a 7 or 8ish.
I think it can only get better. Honestly, I'm engrossed in it. It was actually, I was giving up playing video games to sit down and watch some of those
That's
episodes.
when it's good.
So
That's what we did with Haunting Hill. I'd play like
Uh-huh.
2 things and then go like, I'm gonna go watch this.
mhm. That's exactly where I'm at. I'm also going to. I mean, I don't know if this is bad form or what, but I've been listening to a new podcast recently.
Trader? No, I'm just kidding. I listen to fucking 100 podcasts.
It's called The Adventure Zone, and it's been out for a while. Like, it's already wrapped up and done. There's 70 some odd episodes, I think, of it. It's a D&D podcast from the McElroy brothers. That's a name that I think a lot of people know. I didn't really until I started listening to it, but hilarious, absolutely hilarious. I think even if you're not a D&D person, you'd find it funny, and it might actually get you to want to play D&D because it's 3 brothers and their dad. One brother's playing the DM, the other 2 are playing with their dad as characters in the game, and just the camaraderie between the 4 of them playing together is hilarious. Get into some hijinks. A really well written story for the dude not really ever having been a DM before. This morning on the way into work, I actually had to pause and rewind 3 times because I laughed so hard at the same part.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely check that out if you have some free time. I just
I need
burned
to
through
pull
them. They're like
show
hour-long
notes.
episodes.
What's it called?
The Adventure Zone. What else have I done? I actually did some streaming over the last week.
Yes.
Finished Doom on stream. I have to say I really enjoyed that game, but I was so let down by the ending. I think Wes, were you sitting there for the end of the
I
game,
didn't.
right?
I was. Yeah, I was. I think I was
In and
listening
out.
when it happened, and so I pulled it
Yeah.
up on my phone.
Yeah, I had no clue it was coming. there was an episode with some highway action going on in a D&D universe. It was kind of cool. Swain. But I wasn't expecting the end to come because nothing signified that it was the end to me. The fight was, I guess, probably not really the easiest of the boss fights, but it was pretty simple. And the story ending was frustrating. Just pretty much a blatant setup for a Doom 2, which was, yeah, frustrating.
And there was nothing after the credits either, right?
And there was nothing after the credits. We sat there. Now, I will say I enjoyed sitting there and watching the credits because that was one of the most well-done credits of credits rolling in any form of media I've ever watched.
Why they had like the drawings or the
Yeah,
3D
so
figures
like,
or something?
yeah, they linked up the artists and the programmers for each section with what they did in pictures on the screen. So if it was monster models, they showed the names for the people who did the monster models with backdrop of different monster models flowing through, or turned up the music when they did the audio designers, showed the weapons when the weapon designers were up there. It was real cool. And then the last little bit of the scene was the original Doom, like the original Doom 99 or 98 or whatever it was cover in this Doom engine frozen, and then it came to life right at the end, and he grabs this imp and blows him in half with a shotgun and like tosses him at the screen. And that was really cool. Just summed up the game, all the brutality and fast-pacedness. I will say I think everyone should play it, but I don't know if you should mess with it on a console.
Why?
I don't know how well it would transfer it. Everything to me seemed like it needed to be so fast-paced and insanely accurate and crazy fights, and I just feel like playing it on a controller would feel sluggish and it wouldn't be nearly as immersive, and it would be significantly harder even with auto aim, because I'm jumping around from platform to platform, aiming under myself and aiming back up to shoot a couple demons as I'm running through. I just don't think you could do it on a controller. Yeah, that's true. kind of Destiny-esque. You're not wrong. I would put it in the same vein. Just get on, mash some monsters, and
It was.
get on with your day.
I watched quite a bit of it. It was some of the most intense. I mean, like it looked like there was really no point to a lot of it, but it was just straight up intense, fucking brutal, visceral carnage.
Oh yeah, and then like
satisfying.
The power-ups. Yeah, satisfying. The berserk power up. I don't know if you got to see that, where you just put your guns away and you just run around with your fist out and you just blast demons in the face with punches or rip them apart in half with your hands from the head down. It was so much fun. And I guess the point really was you're running around and demons are coming out and they lock you in places until you kill all the demons because they can't spread around. I mean, that was basically the point. And I think the biggest thing I liked about the game was they introduced a little bit of lore. Now, it's been a long time since I've played any of the other Doom games, so I don't recall there ever being much of a reason for doing it. But in this one, they kind of took the Doom guy and made it seem like the demons and the devil created almost a religion around the Doom guy. They call him the Doom Slayer, and you're walking through hell and you touch these stones, and it tells the story of how the Doom Slayer just wrecked the Shadow Realm through pure rage and speed, and they prophesize him returning to finish the job he started, kind of sort of thing. It was just kind of cool to think about a religion being built around a guy who just wipes demons out. I don't know. Awesome game though, worth playing. It was fun to stream too.
I enjoyed the murder.
Yeah.
The thumbs in the eyes and ripping their skulls apart and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I was
I will say,
amazed around every turn. I was like,
normally when I tune in to anybody's stream for a game, I'm usually there for the person, not the game.
Mhm.
I watched a guy on Twitch when I first really started watching Twitch and thinking, you know what, I want to try this. I watched a guy named Call of Cthulhu, and he played. He was actually he streams horror games, mostly Darkest Dungeon, but it's all horror themed stuff. And his entire stream is based on H.P. Lovecraft stuff. But he was streaming. The reason I found him was because he was streaming Rockstar's game L.A. Noire at the time, and I thought he was great. I don't give two shits about all the. I hate the games he plays, but I go back and watch him all the time, and a lot of people. For them, not for the games. I just it's the personality, not the game. But I will say that being said, the reason I say that is because I really enjoyed watching you play Doom. That shit was fun looking.
Right, the first couple nights I started streaming it again, I didn't even bother putting the mic up, just because there was so much going on in the game. There was no way that I could possibly play and interact with people at the same time, and it almost just seemed, playing it, I would have enjoyed just sitting there and watching someone play through it like a movie.
I turned my camera off a couple of times playing Red Dead Redemption 2 because I felt like it was just taking away experience from people.
Exactly, 100%. And I was actually thinking about that while I was streaming it. I think I would be interested in watching more channels that were just playing the game without the actual commentary, just experiencing the game through someone else.
I've tried that,
just like a movie kind of sort of thing.
Very well.
Yeah, I could see it not working very well because a lot of people do come for the interaction, but maybe you find a niche. Not sure. So there was that. Overwatch. I've played a lot of Overwatch recently because they're having their Halloween event and there's some kick-ass skins out. So I've been playing like mad on that. I do have a frustrating story I'm going to tell that I need to vent about that happened to me yesterday with Overwatch, and it's been bugging me actually on and off ever since. So the competitive season ended. So they're shutting down season 13, starting up season 14 or something like that. But there's a 2-day period where there's no competitive out there, and all the competitive players come and start playing quick play, which is what I play because I like to chill.
Wrecking people.
Nothing going on. No, not even wrecking people. I played one full game, hopped in my next game, and immediately, and this is after almost a full week of playing quick play without any issues. So for it to immediately happen bugged me. Some dude comes in and tells me to go kill myself and uninstall the game because I missed a couple shots with the character I had just switched to. And it sums up 100% the reason I don't mess around with playing competitive mode, because all those people are so incredibly toxic.
How dare
playing
you?
For a week straight.
Get good, man.
Right? Just so frustrating to me. I'm playing for a week straight, most of the time with the same people, because me and my buddy are high enough up there in the quick play ranking that we see the same people over and over and over again, kind of sort of thing. No issues, none whatsoever. And then like you just get competitive shuts down and they just flood into quick play, and I don't even want to mess with it anymore to get any more skins, just because it ground my gears. I was getting irrationally pissed off about it today at work, just walking around doing my thing, just like, man, you know what? Fuck that guy. I mean, obviously I reported it, but really, really bugged me.
I don't think you would ever report anybody.
Yeah, that's definitely not what I do. I don't. I haven't.
Sometimes
reported
I think
so
it's
many people.
An Olympic sport.
I gotta be up there, man. I will report anyone for doing anything I don't think's right. Usually, it's not even for cheating. Usually, it's just for being dickbags.
I'm down.
Bag of dicks.
I did. I showed you guys. I don't know if it'd show up well on the stream camera. I made my Roadhog pumpkin. Should I show it?
Do it.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, I'll be right back.
Where's he going?
To get his Roadhog pumpkin.
Doesn't show up well on camera. Oh, yeah. Lizzo, what's up, buddy?
What's happening, Lizzo? Welcome to the podcast.
So that is my Roadhog pumpkin in his Frankenstein skin for the game. I thought it was fitting for Halloween and made sense. So even if someone doesn't know what Overwatch is, it's still kind of freaky and Halloween-y looking, you know?
Especially if you're a weenie.
Especially if you're a weenie. Halloween-y. Frankenweenie.
My weenie.
That was cool. I bought The Witcher 3 finally.
You've never played it?
Finally did it. I played about 3 hours of it on a buddy's Steam account. It's that whole I've been avoiding playing open world games because they don't really do anything for me. But it was on sale, and my girlfriend brought me home a $20 Steam card, and I was kind of teetering on the edge, so I just went for it, bought it, installed it. I've played 3 or 4 hours of it, and I'm actually kind of excited about it. I started actually to get into it. I think I might do a little bit of streaming of it, maybe here and there. So yeah, there's that. Especially since I am currently in the middle of a Total War break. Just getting myself away from it a little bit until
get ready for those freaking walking giant crabs and shit.
I am getting ready for those freaking giant walking crabs and boats, ships. Comes out on the 8th of November. I'm real pumped about it. I need to take some time this weekend, if you guys wouldn't mind stopping by and seeing how well the stream runs of Total War. I'm not sure if my hardware can do it, but I'd like to get your guys' opinion on how well it runs.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's that. I spend a decent amount of time watching people play the new Soul Calibur. I've been kind of getting into fighting games, even though I'm garbage at them. But have you guys seen any Soul Calibur 6 stuff?
No, but I've heard it's good. I lost interest in that series at about 4 or 5.
I think 4 was the last. I mean, yeah, 4, 5, 6, or whatever. 4 is the last one that I played a lot of, I think, with all the character customization and everything. And they brought that back with this one. I think one of the funniest parts about it is just the custom-made characters that people have, and then people just roll through and check out all these custom-made characters. And people make custom-made characters of actors and anime characters. There's a Ronald McDonald that looks amazingly like Ronald McDonald. I just think that stuff's hilarious that people are kicking each other's asses as ridiculous characters.
I prefer Tekken to Soul Calibur.
I can see that. My girlfriend's a huge Tekken fan. I think I just like the character customization, though. I think is what sells me. But I'm also not gonna go spend $60 on any fighting game.
Actually, I'm gonna me neither. I'm gonna take that statement back. Fuck Tekken 2. I prefer Injustice to any of them because at least the story. I don't like fighting games that much. I prefer the 3D kind where you can kind of move left and right, and, spin the axis a little bit. It's not just forward and back and up and down. But for the most part, like, have you ever tried to play through a Soul Calibur story mode?
No.
It would make you want to put spoons into your fucking eyeballs. It's so terrible. So terrible. He's like Clark Kent. He's now Fallout Boy.
Awesome. The last fighting game I really got into was Dead or Alive 4. That was my jam for a really long time. I really liked that game.
Was that on original Xbox, right?
Was it? 360.
Xbox 360, yeah.
It was 360, yeah.
They also had a volleyball game.
They did kind of do a little fan service. Let's make a volleyball game so people can see these giant jiggly physics.
So did you say you played Soul Calibur 5, 6?
I didn't. Okay. I just watched a bunch of... There's actually a guy I watched, not for what he plays, just because I like to watch him play. Same sort of thing. But he played a bunch of Soul Calibur, so I watched him because it was just chill. Oh, yeah. I think that's all I have. It sounded like a lot. I don't know how long it took. But who wants it next, Wes? TJ?
Nugget.
All right. Yeah, you crushed my scissors. You win. So let's see. We've played a few new games. I'll start out with Fallout 76. Oh my God. I signed in and the beta was over. So fuck you, Bethesda, with your beta bullshit. PUBG has some holiday skins that are going to be out till maybe the next 2 or 3 weeks, but don't get your hopes up like I did, thinking, I'm going to go work and get some new skins. I'm going to grind it out and spend my battle points. I spent my battle points on I think he's like some kind of butcher. So he wears a leather face masks, some ripped clothes, some butcher knife holsters. Spent 10,000 BP on it.
Looked kind of stupid to me.
Yeah, he looked like he should have been a leprechaun or something with his green socks and shit.
It was missing like a rainbow unicorn helmet and the rest of Fortnite.
Yeah, so then I was like, okay, well, I heard there was a naughty nurse. So I went for the nurse for my male character. Guess how many battle points? Just take a wild guess.
60,000.
I can't.
500,000.
0. I needed $20.99 motherfucking dollars to get this thing.
Those are different kind of battle points. Those are real life battle points.
I had to spend some IRL points there. So, needless to say, was excited about getting 4 new skins for my character.
So you bought it, right?
Ended up with 1. No, I did not.
Good for you.
So the nurse was $20.99, the clown was $17.99, and the mummy was $15.99. So not only was it not one set price, but they knew the most popular thing. They jacked the price up even more.
Mm-hmm.
So another big finger to all of us who try to stay faithful to PUBG, because I really enjoy the game when it works right, and they just make it fucking harder. The game's playing a little better. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I'd rather just move on to a much better game. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because I know we're going to talk a lot about Red Dead Redemption 2. Absolutely love it. I love the fact that you can get on a horse, make that horse just run as fast as it can. It hunkers its butt down and takes off. Like, they actually put really good physics into the game. The horse riding feels good. If you get into a situation where you're being chased by something, should come back to Sea of Thieves. Yeah, maybe. If everybody's there and we all get drunk.
Streaming.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We need to definitely talk about that. I'm sure that's coming up too in the general talk. But, so I don't, like I said, I don't want to spend a lot of time on it. But any kind of game that will make a horse scrotum hang lower in the heat, and then when you go in the cold, they suck up into the horse to stay warm. You know you got a good game on your hands. I mean, that's all I need to see.
Horse nuts, important.
Yeah, that's always know about your horse anatomy. So we played that, enjoyed it. Again, like everybody else said, I find myself more out doing things that I shouldn't be doing instead of paying attention to the story. So I don't know how I'm going to handle that yet. I spent like 15 minutes playing dominoes, and then I spent about 15 minutes hunting stuff. But it's fun. We all rode around together in Forza Horizon 4. I can't argue with Pascal over is 3 better than 4 because I never played 3. But what I have seen in 4, I'm just absolutely amazed with. I enjoyed the game. Oh, I want to jump back to Red Dead real quick. Ooh, piece of candy. I didn't take my Adderall today, sorry. Oh God, I lost my train of thought just going off with my train of thought. So see, we're just derailed side quests. That's why we got the name. The music to Red Dead is just wonderful. I enjoy all the music.
I wish there was more of it. But yes, we can get into that.
So with Forza Horizon 4, they took in consideration things that I didn't really ever pay attention to in a game and didn't realize how much it would make it a better game. Some of the notes that I took down was like driving fast in the mud. You hear the mud and the gravel hitting the undercarriage of the car. It sounds real. It reminds me of where my grandma used to live. It was a dirt road with a gravel road, and you actually heard that type of thing. All the way to like the sparkling of the snow, where it looks like diamonds. They put a lot of it, and if you drive in the snow, you get caked up dirty snow underneath the muffler and on the bumpers. Like, they paid attention to a lot of details. And my most favorite one that had us all laughing was the little back windshield wiper. It was cleaning off your back windshield.
Guy was a workhorse.
So it's a really good game. It felt smooth. It ran smooth. I like when you drive as a pack. I think that's the most fun. A lot of times,
like some Blue Angels type shit.
Yeah, like Pascal just goes through the woods. Me and Wes were just like driving side by side, back and front, passing each other, and it was just pretty badass.
I got wiped out by a train. Actually, I wonder if I have that clip.
And a hovercraft.
Oh, it was the hovercraft. Yeah, I think that's what I was. Was it the train or the hovercraft?
I remember the hovercraft.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
I
like I like when you do something cool, like it knows, like if you do a jump where you're jumping over a train, it automatically goes into like a slow motion camera, pans out to like a theater mode, and you just watch yourself like Dukes of Hazzard style.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I totally enjoyed it. There's just so much out right now that's I'm
Don't forget to
finding
go to your
myself lost in and trying to figure out what I need to play next, except for Red Dead is really where it's going to be at. So that's all I got on the game front of. I'm really trying to speed through this because we got like a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, you're fine.
So, what did we watch? We watched a lot. We spread around The Haunting of Hill House. I'm gonna save that for last. I watched Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Obviously, it's an old movie.
Kevin Costner?
Kevin Costner.
Yes,
one?
Morgan Freeman.
Wow. That big ass samurai sword he had?
Yeah, then was it the young? Oh God, what was his name? I don't know why I want to say.
I shouldn't
Kevin
call that a
Bacon,
samurai sword, but you know.
but it wasn't Kevin Bacon, but another star who was pretty young.
Oh, Christian Slater. Christian.
Yes, Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to say Kevin Bacon for some reason. I don't know why.
Speaking of Robin Hood, have you ever seen the Russell Crowe Robin Hood?
I enjoyed it. Yes.
I need to watch that.
It's worth watching. It's pretty
Yeah.
badass.
I like everything Russell Crowe. I don't know why I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, that was a really good movie.
Yeah.
So we'll just go with an old rating if nobody's ever been there, and I'm gonna say, I think I'm putting a lot of nostalgia in it, but I gave Robin Hood Prince of Thieves a 7 nugs.
Everything I do.
Oh yeah, that's just enough right there. That took it from a 6 to a 7.
Bryan Adams in the house. You know what was bad? I'm sorry to piggyback off of that though. You know what was bad? After that came out, they had that whole movement of like those medieval type movies and the Bryan Adams type song where he had that "Everything I Do It For You" Robin Hood song, and then they did the Three Musketeers, and they had Bryan Adams, I think, and Sting and Rod Stewart all did a song together for that movie, and I don't remember how it goes. All for One and One for Love, and I was just, I don't know, for some reason it reminded me of that. If you haven't seen it, it's not a bad movie, but it's not The Man in the Iron Mask either. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Side quest.
So I tried to, I've just been. It's hurt me deep down in the core about The Rock getting a 2 on one of his movies from me. So I'm not gonna lie, I picked up and watched another Rock movie.
Jumanji.
I'm trying to remember the name. I liked Jumanji. It was funny. It was
Skyscraper.
Yes. Is that what the name of it is?
There is one called Skyscraper, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So I watched, and that's what we watched with The Rock. And he came back. He redeemed himself from a 2. Gamer Chick and I both watched it, and I asked her what she thought, and we both came up. We gave it a 6. A 6 out of 10 nugs. Yeah. So he's redeemed himself a little bit, but I feel like I've seen that movie because of San Andreas. If you all ever watched San Andreas, I feel like I just watched the same movie except add in a little bit of Die Hard.
That's what I thought that movie was actually like. When I first saw the previews for that movie, I thought it was a remake of Die Hard.
What, Skyscraper?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. Absolutely.
So that's where I was with that. We watched Wasp and Ant-Man, or Ant-Man and the Wasp, whichever way you want to say it.
Did you give Robin Hood 7?
Yeah, I did. Are you updating a list here?
Yeah, I'm starting a list.
Yeah, because I failed to go back, and I need to go back and
Bad Times. How much was Bad Times at the El Royale?
I think I gave it a 7.5.
7.5. Yeah.
I think we were doing halves.
We're not doing halves, and
you can do halves if you want. 8.
Nah, just call it an 8.
Okay.
5 always goes up in my mind, except in my bank account.
We'll need to get updated Nug listings when you guys finish the series that you were talking about.
Okay.
Gotcha. So Wasp and the Ant-Man, I enjoyed. It's hard to say because I feel like they're trying to follow in suit with all the funniness of Iron Man. I feel like they're trying to live
drives me away
too
from those
much.
movies.
It's
That's
what's
what I
killing
have
them.
with every Marvel movie.
Yeah, so they just keep trying to do this comedy.
They're getting worse though.
It works, yeah. So I liked what I watched. I liked some of the acting, but I gave it a 6 out of 10 nugs. It wasn't a Marvel movie that I enjoyed thoroughly. So still giving it a 6 just because I like the story.
6 is pretty good for you, really.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. But a lot of the Marvel and like DC type movies, they usually rate pretty high with me, and this one was saddened. They just need to leave the comedy stuff to Tony Stark and move on. What else did we watch? I watched one more. What was it? Anyway, so I'll move on to The Haunting Hill until I can remember. So The Haunting of Hill House, we finished it. I know some of you haven't watched it, but a great series. And if you ever watch it a second time, I think I want to watch it a second time just to go back through and see how many Easter egg ghosts you can find.
Okay.
So I think I've explained that before, that there's ghosts in there in the show that really don't pertain to anything in that episode. They just sort of hang out. So it could be two kids walking past a room and they'll walk right past a ghost, but they don't see it, and you barely see it because it's not focused on.
I'll tell you one that I saw right now in the very first episode, because it was creeping me out, and I don't want to no spoilers, but I it's funny to me that you bring this up because I was fixated on it, and they never said anything about it at all, and like nothing happened. It was just there, and I was like, "What the fuck? There was totally somebody there." When the dad came to get the kid, and he's like, "We're gonna run. We're gonna go. You know, close your eyes, all that stuff." Behind the kid, there was somebody standing there in the dark, and you could barely see him. But I'm telling you, there was somebody there, and I kept going, "There's somebody in the room."
Yeah, you can look it up, and even like some of the updated lists that I've seen other ghosts that aren't on that list. So it's just like something they did, but the more I thought about it, the more I enjoyed that, because I don't know about you guys, when you all get scared or you watch a scary ass movie like that in the middle of the night, where's the first place you see shit? It's out of the corner of your eye. It's in your peripheral. You think you saw something over there, so you look and there's nothing there. I think that's what those ghosts are intended for. I think they're intended either not to be seen at all or to be barely caught to where you have to rewind and go, did I just see something? Because sometimes it's just a sliver, like an arm and a leg, or just a face in like a reflection of a mirror.
You're creeping me out, man.
Yeah, so it's a creepy movie. You can't go into thinking it's going to be, it's going to be scary all the time. It does have a storyline, it does have a plot line. And it follows,
but
and
it's
it
good.
Wraps up. Yeah, but it wraps up so beautifully at the end. Like they pull everything together, and you guys know I'm one. Oh, I was trying to catch up on chat there.
Good luck. It's flying tonight.
Yeah. So I'll stay away from that until it's not my turn.
We're not doing.
So just figuring out things. I figured out a lot of stuff. I knew it was coming. I figured out what was happening. But at the very end, there's one thing that I did not even see.
No
and they
spoilers.
show it to you 1,000 times throughout every episode. And at the end, they bring you back in. Oh, no, I'm not spoiling anything. They just bring you back in and tie it together. It's a emotional roller coaster.
Sounds very whatever you're talking about sounds very I See Dead People-ish. Like what was that movie, The Sixth Sense, where like there was something in front of you the whole time and you didn't know, and then at the end they reveal it and you're like, oh
yeah. That's exactly some of the things. And then there are the perfect jump scares. I about fell out of the recliner once because there were several jump scares, but one of them got me so good because the conversations that were going on between people sucked you in. And a lot of these actors and actresses I've never heard of before, and they did phenomenal. I can't wait to see where they go from here. If they're going to do anything else, it was put together so well and the acting was so good. I would get sucked into how they were acting, and then they would hit you with a random jump scare in the middle of it. About knocked me out of my damn recliner. I mean, I fell backwards. The recliner rocked back a little bit. I thought I was but of course I'm listening to it with the surround sound on, sitting next to the subwoofer.
Mm-hmm.
So it oh my god, it just messed with me.
You guys realize that Elliot from E.T. is the dad in that show?
No,
Yeah, the guy, the dad in the beginning. I mean, the dad throughout. But I've only seen 2. Yeah, that's Elliot from E.T. all grown up.
I had no idea. That's what I'm saying. Like, I knew some of the actors' names, like I'd heard of them, but I couldn't place where it was from without having to look them up. So
apparently, he was in Sons of Anarchy too. Last time I've seen him in anything was Legends of the Fall, but.
So yeah, but to put it all together, the way they keep you in, and I struggled with giving this a score. I'll tell you now, I gave it 9 nugs out of 10.
Wow.
I was going to give it a 10 out of 10, but there were some story plot lines that sort of plateaued. They stayed high, but they didn't go higher.
A 9?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 9. I just felt like there were some storylines that plateaued, but they polished them up and they finished them out very well. The ending, I was almost in tears. I had cold chills. You have to pay attention to everybody, every character in the show. Don't dismiss anybody. Even if it comes to like some subcategory people that are on the screen for 10 minutes, they actually come, they'll be back. So pay attention to everybody.
So what would the show have to do like in season 2 that you give it a 10 out of 10?
I would say, because like I said, they plateaued on a couple storylines. If they can tie up some of those storylines or shorten them up and round them out before they just drag them out, I think they could get a 10 out of 10 out of it. If they follow the same way that they did this episode. Obviously, I don't want to see the same thing, but if they can make a plot line so good that they immerse you in it and drag you into it to where you're just thinking, God, what if this was me?
You think there will be another one?
Oh yeah.
I don't know how they could, but
I think with that one, I had a lot of, for me personally, I thought about that there was a lot of like, sometimes, not a lot, but pacing issues, like it was fast and then slow, and then in the beginning I noticed it quite a lot. Like it was like they didn't know what they were supposed to do with, are we gonna do scary now or story? And then it was kind of getting scary. All of a sudden they took it all away and it was story. So I think that kind of killed it for me for a perfect rating, the pacing. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the ending itself that leaves so many plot holes in a way that they could have a second season.
See, I don't feel that way.
There's an article I can send to you, and you can read through it, and that explains like what they can do, and then you kind of like,
Well, no, I mean, I guess I could see they could do something. Like, obviously, there's some. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get it. So then we watched.
That's the highest rating you've given anything so far. I'm pretty sure. Okay.
No, that's a tie.
With what?
Tag. I gave Tag a 9.
Okay.
For what it was worth. Gosh, what is the guy that plays Aquaman? What's his name?
Jason
Yes. Because I'm going to have to look that up. What that movie was, because I don't...
Roman Reigns.
P.S. I love you.
Khaleesi's man from behind. It's Mimosa.
Is it?
Yeah.
I didn't want to say that because I didn't want to sound dumb. Like
no, I'm pretty sure that's it. I mean, I may be Momoa.
Okay,
Momoa.
that's yeah.
MMORPG. Vinny Chase.
I would love Solid.
Okay. So the movie was... Sorry, it took me forever.
What is that, Swain?
Braven.
You would love a Solid.
A solid what?
I don't know. That's what I was.
RPG.
Oh, I was thinking like movement.
So the movie was Braven. I don't know if it came out the theater. I just saw it on, I think, Netflix, possibly somewhere where I saw it. So we and Belinda watched it, and it was a pretty good movie for not being one that I heard a lot of things about. I think it's about a guy that runs like a logging company that he took over from his dad, and there's a drug trade involved. Almost remind me of the Rocks movie that he did a
Big
while
Stick.
back. Yeah. So I had a lot of that. Like, we found drugs on your property. Now we're coming back to get our drugs, but I'm going to fight you with my fisticuffs and my axe type deal. I gave it a 6 out of 10 nugs. It was interesting. If you ever just want to,
it's about what it's getting across the board.
Is it okay? Yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. I mean, or it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was mediocre. Blenda and I both enjoyed it. So I like to bring her input into it too, because sometimes she does not like the same movies I do. So for us to both agree on a score, I think says something. So I think that wraps it up for me until we get back into the Red Dead category. Other than that, I just
I gotta get my book out then.
did nothing. Yeah. You're going to take up the most time, I think.
I'm gonna try not to, actually.
I'm getting hot.
I felt like I talked forever, so.
All right, dude. I played some games over the last couple weeks. I want to touch on Outlast because I was playing that the last time we did one of these. You know, Outlast, it was good and it was scary, but it was, and I don't know which one came out first, so I don't want to call it a clone or a copycat, but it was so much Alien Isolation that I just got really tired of it. The only difference between that and Alien Isolation was that in Outlast you can't fight back. You can either run or hide. That's all you can do. If you get you can't punch, you can't kick, you can't struggle to get away. It's just you can run or you can hide. That's it. And I get that, and it's cool. I'm not that big of a fan of stealth games where you don't have at least some option of fighting a little bit. And realistically, if somebody grabs you, you're going to fight to get away. But in this, they kind of took that away. All in all, I thought it was great. I only played for about 6 hours before I gave up on it. And I don't do that often. Usually if I stream a game, I finish it. But I just felt like I had already done it before, and it had been done better by Alien Isolation. So, good game. Little creepy. Way too many guys with their junk hanging out in it. And I just honestly I felt like everything that the game had to offer as far as good story, good gameplay mechanics, sound design, graphics, everything had been done in a game that was just like it, set in a sci-fi universe and done better by Alien Isolation. So I gave up on that, but
looks like they came out about the same time.
Really? Okay. Well, yeah. Alien Isolation is your better game there, whether you like sci-fi or not. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Started The Last of Us. Haven't gone back to it yet. The beginning of that game, I've never played it. Last of Us Remastered. The beginning of that game is such a heart-pumping roller coaster. I don't even know how to describe it. And this is before you even really get to do anything. It's before you take control of the main character. It's just you kind of have to hold on for your dear life and just watch the show, I guess. I don't know. And almost a tearjerker at the very beginning. Good game, though. Definitely going to finish that. Forza Horizon 4. Fantastic game. Wonderful package. Better with friends. I wish they would give so much love and attention to Forza Motorsports instead of Forza Horizon. Do
you think that's an accessibility thing?
I think it's a shift in focus. I think that they intentionally shifted focus to the Horizon series, and I think it's showing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Do they do it because I haven't played.
They could sell more copies.
They could sell more copies because it's not as much of a
it's
simulation
more appealing.
Yeah,
it's more appealing to a broader audience. That's definitely the truth. And they have more competition in that sim market now with like Project Cars and a set of courses. Yeah, especially with it coming to Xbox, and there's a couple other ones too. So I'm actually reading this. I wrote down what I played and shit because it's been a while. Black Ops 4, the story there you guys got earlier, but yeah, I had been given by my wife unexpectedly a 65 about $70 in Xbox cards, and so I happily went to spend them. And I decided, like, for me, I play so many games, and this time of year, so many games are coming out. I have to plan carefully what I'm getting, and I decided to go ahead and pick up Black Ops 4 for the blackout mode, and I did it, and I had a lot of fun with it. I played it with Pascal. He didn't have a lot of fun with it, and then Fallout was coming out, and I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, Fallout will be better for the stream, and if I buy Fallout, me and Pascal game share, so he'd be able to play it too. So I went ahead and refunded Black Ops 4 and got Fallout, and we played Fallout. And I don't want to touch too much on it either, because I'm sure we'll have like a little bit of roundtable about this, maybe not. But I played the first 4 hours that they had in the beta, and it was good. I thought it was fine. But then the next day I was gonna play again, but no, you couldn't. And the next day after that you couldn't. And the next day after that you couldn't. And until I found out that that was like a Tuesday, I think, a Tuesday or a Wednesday that you could play. You weren't going to be able to play again until Saturday night for 2 hours while I was working. And the next time would be Sunday for 2 hours while I was working. And I'm like, hold on. Seriously? I'm going to pay... I still buy the game, don't get me wrong, but why am I going to buy the game 3 weeks early to have access to the beta if it's only going to be for 8 hours out of a total week? Why not just wait and buy it later? And so I didn't have a problem.
We just missed 2 hours just now while we were podcasting.
I don't care. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I love the game. I thought it was great. It was what we always wanted, except for it doesn't have NPCs, but we always wanted to play Fallout together. And you could do that. And it feels like Fallout. It handles like Fallout. It feels... Have you played it at all, Nugget?
No, yeah. Yeah, remember signed in.
But I mean, have you gotten past that at all?
Oh, I didn't think there was any more until the game released. I
Saturday
thought that
and
was
Sunday.
The full beta.
Oh, shut up.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I don't have any problems with the gameplay. It's going to be good. But I'm not going to drop $65 to play 2 hours here and 2 hours there when I could just wait until it's out and then spend my money, and there you go. So I returned it, and then I rebought Black Ops 4, and it might... Just saying, maybe a little bit purchase might have been influenced by being under the influence. But yeah,
totally makes sense now.
So I
should have known.
So I rebought Black Ops 4, and I've played it quite a bit since then. And I tell you what, I really like it. They have victory royales in Fortnite. They have chicken dinners in PUBG. I don't know what the hell they call them in Black Ops. So I have given them a name for myself. I call them taco dinners because I love fucking tacos. And I played solo modes and got me a taco dinner on like the first or second day I was playing.
Like
not that kind of taco. Not that kind of taco. God.
Watch out, third degree burn.
Maybe that kind of taco, you know. But no, I call them taco dinners. And yeah, I played solos and I got me a taco dinner one day. So, and there's proof. I'm not lying. Don't call me a liar. They all saw it. I shared it with them. But anyway, Black Ops 4.
We changed the name though.
What'd you change it to?
Because we were calling it Cod Blop, so we change it to Fish and Chips Dinner.
Oh yeah, it is a fish and chips. Yep, you're right. It's fish and chips. I got a fish and chips. Thank you for reminding me of that. Black Ops 4. I'm not ready to say how well I like it because honestly, all I'm playing it for is the blackout mode. But I will say really quickly that it delivers that. Warrior dinner's my ass. It's fish and chips. Coin Man's. It delivers that fast-paced but semi-realistic, more like modern realistic action. It's like the perfect blend between Fortnite and PUBG for me. It's fast-paced. It's not as long as a game of PUBG. It's probably longer than a game of Fortnite most of the time, but you don't have to build, and everything's just a little bit more fast-paced than PUBG. So I like it. It feels good. I kind of agreed with you guys on time to kill in the beginning, but now that I'm used to it, honestly, I just started aiming higher, and I don't have any problem wiping people out. So. Let's see.
Usually how I keep from pissing on the floor.
I'm gonna save Red Dead Redemption 4 for the round table, but I played that and it's great. And then I played Spider-Man's new DLC, The Heist. I didn't finish it. What was the 4? What?
I thought you called it Red Dead 4.
I did. I was looking. I got some reason I wrote down Blops 4 and RDR 4. Red Dead Redemption 2. Anyway, I played Spider-Man the Heist DLC and I didn't finish it yet, and I really wasn't that impressed with it. Some game mechanics that they really stretch out in places that really just annoy me, and I think all they're trying to do is make it seem like there's more content when really they're just making you do repetitive.
Did you buy
ambiguous.
the DLC? Or did
It
you
came
get a
with the
season pass,
it came with the
or-
bundle that when I bought the PS4 Pro, so
Okay.
I didn't really have to pay for it other than buying the bundle.
I have a list of games I'm going to ask you about if you're getting for the PlayStation 4 Pro, but I got to
Hell
put it
yeah.
together.
All right, but it's good. It comes with new suits, new story. I didn't get very far into the story, but story wise, it was great so far. Just some of the gameplay mechanics that they were it's like they were trying to extend gameplay, make it take longer, and it was really kind of annoying. Then, oh man, did I watch some stuff, guys. Since we're talking Spider-Man, I watched for the first time ever the amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 with what's your guy's name, Pascal?
What was that?
Tobey Maguire.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. Yes.
He's so good.
That's a cat.
Garfield. I avoided these movies for the longest time because I loved Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker. I was wrong. I still love Tobey Maguire as Peter Parker. I like Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3. The Amazing Spider-Man 1 is better than all of those. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 might be, but it's not better than the first one. I'm going to give The Amazing Spider-Man 1 8 nugs. I'm going to give The Amazing Spider-Man 2 6. 2 was good. 2 was good, but it just it didn't have the impact that the first one did. Moving on from that, I watched the first 2 episodes of The Haunting of Hill House because of the recommendations of these guys, and after the first episode, I gotta say I was skeptical. It's not that I wasn't impressed, I just didn't see it on the level that they see it so far, and I still kind of don't. But after the second episode, I was definitely much more interested, and I will say it kind of fucking scared me too. So I definitely can't wait to watch more of it. But so far, I don't see it as being as great as 9s and 10s across the board. So we'll see. Very scary, very scary show. Great acting, well put together. But what I really liked was another show.
Lesbians.
Well, there's a little bit of that goes a long way. But make sure I got everything covered. I watched a show based on a recommendation of my wifey called Sharp Objects, and it was written by the same person who wrote Gone Girl, but apparently it's a very different type story than Gone Girl. It's 8 episodes long. It's on HBO or the Pirate Bay or wherever you can find that stuff. And it's got, what's her name, Amy Adams, the Lois Lane from the new Superman movies. Yeah. I'm saying
That was like ventriloquism, man.
that was kind of weird.
That was impressive.
That show is so good, and I can't even describe it. I don't feel like my description would do it justice, but let's just say she is a reporter, familiar territory, for a newspaper. She is assigned
Typecast.
uh
Typecast.
Oh, yeah, really. She's assigned, no, not really, if you watch the show. She's assigned a story to investigate or report on the effects that two murders of two young girls is having on her hometown, which she no longer lives in. It's a real small town, and she has to go back there and report. And through that 8 episodes, they unravel the mystery of the murders, of life in that small town, things that aren't right there, and just demons that you leave behind. It is one of the best. I hate to call it a show because I don't think there's any way there's going to be a second season. I mean, they're done.
Miniseries.
Okay, it was one of the best miniseries I have ever seen, if not the best. And I'm trying to find reasons not to give it a 10 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 nugs, just because I felt like there were a couple of places where I kind of predicted what was going to happen, but not many. And to the end, I was still guessing about the main thing that was going to happen. I just want to say, if you have access to HBO, or if you can get access to this show, however you get access to things, take your time and watch this show. I don't say that often. Go watch Sharp Objects. Fucking nuts. About all I can say about it.
Okay.
I can't recommend it enough. I really think you guys should watch it. So
I don't know if you should downgrade it because you guess things. I feel like a well-written show or mystery should give you enough to get to that conclusion on your own. With a little bit of work. Like it bugs me a lot when you go into a mystery show or a mystery movie or anything like that, and they just flat out don't give you the information you need, and then consider it a twist when they tell you what the answer is. But you couldn't have figured it out in any way, shape, or form on your own prior to the reveal. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel like something has to be super, super special. Maybe it's because the material is so dark. Something is holding back, dude. Something is holding back for me giving this a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
But you just have to watch it, though.
I get kicked off of my website that gives me access to these shows.
I can help you with that. But you have to watch Sharp Objects. Okay. I really want you guys to watch Sharp Objects. So, and you in the chat, too. Can't believe nobody's seen it. HBO doesn't do bad shit, so if anything, it's worth watching for the soundtrack alone. But that is what I got there. I threw up a high rating of 9 nuggets, Mr. Nugget.
For Sharp Objects?
Yes. And that is complete. I finished the whole thing. And that's it for me. I know it was a lot, but I zoomed through it. So we have taken an hour and a half almost to talk about a lot of the stuff that we've done over the last couple of weeks, and it has been good. HBO doesn't do bad shit. No, Lizzo, you stop it. So what do we want to talk about, guys? We're going to talk about Red Dead Redemption, or we're going to talk about Fallout. I don't know that there's enough to talk about with Fallout.
we could have, if they would have had the beta more open, right? I mean, we couldn't really do a lot, so... Yeah. I mean, it's Fallout. There are robot NPCs and no real humans other than players. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can base build, I guess, anywhere on the map, which is cool. But
it's like it's like Fallout 4 with a new map.
Yep.
Without NPCs.
We will never see mods. We will never see mods.
Well, no, you won't. I mean, it's an online game.
Yeah, that's how they get away with that. No more free content.
But they won't give you private servers at some point.
I doubt it. But see, here's the difference. This feels like Fallout, whereas the Elder Scrolls Online to me does not feel like the Elder Scrolls.
Correct.
I agree 100%. And I didn't get to play it.
But Fallout 76 is also not designed to be like an MMO. It's more like a Destiny, if anything. Like you have like instances of players. You don't have like millions of players on the same map, you know?
This is true. Either way, I think for people that were skeptical or on the fence about it, the fact that it feels and plays like a single player Fallout just with people in it is a plus.
Yeah, definitely agree.
What were you gonna say, Zach?
Nothing.
Yeah, you were.
I was going to say something, but it didn't pertain. I thought it pertained to what you said, but you guys agreed with me without
Man, don't you hate when that happens?
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna say
Deflates
this thing,
you.
and then it's just like, oh, wait a minute, no, we're on the same page, so I don't even need to say anything about it.
Damn it.
Can I slide some short news in really quick?
Oh, you can
Sure.
slide anything short. As long as it's just
Can you slide it in, Pascal?
Yeah. Might hurt,
Okay.
but hey. So
Soup can.
this is again Battlefield 1 before the new one comes out. Battlefield 1 has for one day again today, and I think tomorrow at noon, all DLC for free. You can just click on it, edit. The reason I mention it is because for the Xbox users, the November game of Gold will be Battlefield 1. So if you download or just put it in your library, all the free DLC, and you're thinking about getting it, you will get it everything for free. The game, the premium pass, everything. So I think that might be worth for people who would still on the fence about it. You get a $100 game experience for free. So just wanted to mention it really quick. And I'm a Battlefield fan, so I obviously have to say it.
I was gonna say insert paycheck
So
here.
do you get the game for free too, or is it just the DLC?
Yeah, that's the games. No, the game is November, Games with Gold, Battlefield 1.
Oh wow.
So and today is they have it like you can, the DLC is for free on Origin and Xbox and PS4. They have those like, the big, last month before Battlefield 5. So they gave the whole premium, everything, all DLC for free out. So if you claim it all today, it's yours forever, and you get the Games with Gold Battlefield 1, which you can also keep forever. So
Side Quest Gaming Podcast brought to you by EA.
Yeah.
and dice. Thank you.
And
Bluehole.
Bluehole.
Yeah,
Blowhole.
fucking blue hole.
Hey, I want
Or
to
like Brown Hole, am
jump,
I right?
I want to jump back in real quick. We're going back in time. When I was talking about the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, no spoilers, even though you guys have had plenty of time to see it. Has everybody here seen those?
No,
Yeah.
but don't worry about it. I'm not a superhero guy.
Right. I know Pascal has. You have, Nugget?
Yep.
Dude, that second movie, there's a bit of a long drop and a sudden stop.
It's not the fall to kill you.
No, it wasn't.
It's the spider web that stretches too much.
Dude. Oh my God. I was just sitting here thinking Lizzo was talking about how Spider-Man is cocky and blah, 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 blah. And I thought that this Garfield guy did such a better job with the shit talking as Spider-Man. But man, when that happened, that was the moment that I take away from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's what I remember the most. And as soon as it happened, I was like, oh, insert person here is dead. There's no way. And they kind of teased and made you think that, oh no, it's gonna be no, that was straight up Dale Earnhardt. And I did.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I think
that's-
maybe you can't say that.
I just did, dude. I mean, it's exactly what it was. It was straight up some Dale Earnhardt action, and I did not think that they would do that. Now I found out since that person also doesn't make it in the comics. So, but wow, that moment really shocked me. That was a go-getter of the movie for me. I'd never expected that to happen.
Poor Aunt May.
And at the end of the day, I feel like it was like the whipped cream topping on top of a mediocre movie.
Shit
It could have been better.
Mediocre.
So, well, what did you think about it? You've seen it.
I didn't enjoy either one of them.
What?
But it could have been where I watched them at as well.
Where'd you watch them at?
Because I was like going about 500 miles per hour over an ocean. 8-hour
Speaking
flight.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't think I'd enjoy anything
screen
there.
this big.
Oh, fuck that.
Speaking of places you watch movies, when I went and saw Bad Times at the El Royale, I totally forgot about it until you said this. There was this fucking kid. I say kid, but he was probably like between 15 and 20 kind of kid range. I feel like I can say that now at almost 30. Who was stomping his feet on the ground for almost the entire movie. And at the beginning, like I'm thinking maybe this guy has a tick. Like me, you know what I mean? Like maybe he's got a tick, he needs to tap his feet or whatever. Okay, I'll do that. But then like it was inconsistent and you could tell he was doing what he wanted. But on top of that, for some reason his shoes sounded like a playground kickball. Spring, the entire time, and he's doing both, and he thinks he's nailing the beat to the kick-ass soundtrack that was in that movie, miles off of that thing. So I was just sitting there just getting just so angry, like white knuckle kind of angry, just like, fuck off, man.
Should have turned around and be like, hey, you little shit, I will bring this plane down. No,
right?
You weren't on a
I just need
plane.
to get that off my chest too. Fuck that dude. I hope maybe he listens to this at some point when we get incredibly popular. He'll know,
Hey, that was me with
my shoes.
my playground shoes.
Actually,
right.
they were just dodgeballs taped to the bottom of my feet.
Doing.
Oh, a
Kangaroo song, kangaroo song.
Riding on a buffalo. All right, so are we to Red Dead Redemption?
I think so.
Pascal, you got anything else?
Nope.
All right.
Let's Red Dead it
So,
on.
Red Dead Redemption came out on last week. I don't know what day. And I've been playing it ever since Friday at midnight. We started playing Thursday, I guess, Thursday night, right at midnight, Friday morning. And I can't put the game down. So good. And you guys can jump in whenever you want.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I read some tweets where people were like, oh, no, I don't like this game and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
They're goddamn liars.
I know, because this game, it's like what Nugget said, I think what everybody who played it now experiences, like, you just drift off doing something completely different, and that just has something on me. Like, I can't stop playing. Like, I'm at work and I think about this game. Like, I'm like, god damn, what am I gonna do tonight in the game? Am I gonna do that? Or it's ridiculous. Like, I love it.
I believe it. That's how I was in Skyrim.
I got fucked in the face by a bobcat and I was going to kill it. That's what I kept thinking about all day.
Bestiality?
Well, not like that. It ate me.
Oh. Gotcha.
Get out of here, kitty cat.
I have a little story that happened to me. It's not story related at all. It's just a random event that just randomly happened, because it's like the game is apparently pretty big on that. So I was riding through the swamplands with my horse, and I see a guy, just being dead there. So here's me, like, huh, what the hell is going on, So I ride up to him. Oh, shit, he's fucking dead. So I try to loot him. All of a sudden, I hear, like, whistling sounds, and there's this gang, like, of 4 people with knives and masks on. I'm like, oh, shit. Because I jumped off the horse, and if you don't get your guns, you only have your revolver, and I have a fucking weak revolver, right? Dude, they rushed at me so quick, like zombies, pulled me off the horse and stabbed me in the throat, and I died. And I thought, I was so scared, and I was like, oh, you motherfuckers, I know where you are all hiding. I searched for 2 hours and couldn't find them. Like, they were gone. Like, but I don't know, that random event just made the game of the year for me. But
yeah, it's always full of them. I mean, even from Red Dead 1. I rode past the cave in a thunderstorm and heard, like, wailing, like a woman crying. And I I ride my horse up to this cave, and she's in there, and she's like, I miss him. And she just pulls out a revolver and shoots herself in the head. And there wasn't nothing I could do.
Could have saved her.
Literally, possibly, but they don't give you time to think about it.
Bullet time. Shoot the gun out of her hand.
My very first random event occurred after I had hitched my horse in Red Dead 2. And I went to the pause menu. I was streaming it. It's the first night we were playing. I went to the pause menu to look something up because I couldn't figure out how to open my satchel. I couldn't figure out how to get to the horse menu. There's so many menus in that game that it's really irritating sometimes until you get them all down. But I sang it for about 3 days straight. My wife hates it now too. I looked over at my chat, and it basically, somebody said, oh, that horse just shit all over the place. And I was like, did it? It did. So I unpaused the game, and as I unpaused the game, it resumes full pellet drop, all these nuggets coming out of my horse's rear end, and it's just all over the place. The horse is just shitting, and it was one of the funniest things that had ever happened to me in a game or on a stream or whatever. But little stuff like that, you feed the horse, and later the horse poos all over the place. The horses have balls, like you pointed out earlier. the animals. There's so many animals to hunt. I haven't even unlocked fishing yet, and I've played the game for like 10 hours.
Have they added Sasquatch into it yet?
I have
I
probably.
guarantee there has to
Probably.
be.
Yeah, they have to.
Or are they
haven't
going to
counted
save
it.
that for another zombie expansion?
I hope.
that would be dope.
Oh, if they do,
They have to. That was so popular.
It was so good.
It was so good.
The
I got to
one
hunt me a
thing that
goddamn chupacabra.
I hope that I hope to God they do not do expansions like they did with GTA 5 online. I hope they do single player things or co-op, but I hope to God they do another zombies one because that was so good. Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare was so good. But anyway, Red Dead 2, I've tried to go do missions, and somehow or another I end up doing something that I totally wasn't going for. I'm either hunting bison or trying to kill eagles that I saw swoop down and pick up a snake. That was
shit's
cool.
illegal.
Well, goddamn, it shouldn't be eating snakes. I pass by people and you can talk to all the damn people in there. You can focus on them and you can say hi to them, or you can be ugly to them, or you can call them
I
out.
like that.
And the thing is, I mean, I'm sure after you do it 100 times that it'll start feeling the same, but people respond differently. And so I've gotten to the point now where if somebody's ugly to me after I'm nice to them, I kill them. And so I've got quite a high bounty in two of the 4 states of the game. One of them's $300, another's higher, and one is just wanted dead or alive. But in any stranger I bypass, I say something to, and if their response isn't nice to me, then I kind of stalk them for a minute and then I try to kill them. And it has impeded my gameplay because I can no longer go do missions because I'm constantly being hunted by the law. So either way, really fun game. I feel like you have to eat too many things to sustain your health, and I don't mean like food like I'm hungry, I need to eat, but like health cores. They have like, I don't understand the health and stamina system and all that yet. They have cores that can be full and they degrade over time, and as they degrade, it like lowers either your amount of health that you regenerate or the speed in which it regenerates or something. It's kind of confusing unless I'm just...
I think it has to do with your character as well. Like if you're going to be too fat, like if you keep it the core too high, you become too fat. If it's too low, you become too skinny.
Does your character change like that?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's some Fable shit.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm refusing to shave, and I
or
already
GTA
look like
San
this.
Andreas shit.
Like
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
shaving,
shave and you get a beard, or
I'm shaving my chops
and
and my mustache and trying to get this part longer. So I'm at like a level 4 of 10 down here, and everything else I'm keeping shaven until it gets longer.
Later, Swain. Thanks for stopping by, man. Happy Halloween.
But yeah, the game.
Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going to interrupt you. I'm cutting you way the fuck off right now before Swain leaves. Happy birthday to the West.
What?
In 10 minutes.
Wes.
10
Oh,
minutes.
shit. Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
So, just in case Swain is still here, he knows now in 10 minutes it's your birthday.
It's my birthday tomorrow. Yep.
I remember 2 years ago, there was a glorious birthday.
There was a glorious birthday party. I am a Halloween baby. People walked to Richmond because they were mad, and I kissed Pascal on the face.
I got pictures of that.
Pascal passed out on my couch, face down on the chase. It was pretty
Damn, I was
awesome.
so drunk.
He had like 2 waters and like a Diet Coke, and he was out.
Yeah.
I was dressed up like Fat Axl Rose.
Oh yeah, I was yelling shots, and everybody keep doing shots with me.
We made the drunk German try Pop Rocks for the first time, and he was like, "What is going on in my mouth?"
My teeth are falling out.
Oh man, those were good times. That was fun. That was fun. Anyway, I was just gonna say, as far as the game, the most that I can say about it, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree, is that there's nothing about this game that feels low budget.
Absolutely.
All right, Swain. And it's better for it. The music, the gameplay, although at first it feels sluggish, it gets better, especially once you get used to the controls. The graphics, God, the colors, the sound design, the cinematography, I guess, the way scenes are shot in the cutscenes. The fact that you can switch to so many different views. There's like 3 external views and a first person mode. it's so deep. There's so much to do, and
Absolutely.
I fucking love it. I love the first one too, so I'm not surprised. I'm relieved. It is what I thought it would be. So
I can't wait that I might actually get to play it in like 2 years.
have they actually made any announcements about that?
Dude,
No,
I may
no
just
Just
mail
pick
you
it
one of my
up, dude.
Xboxes.
I don't want to play it on just the one though. Like it's
I'm
not
playing-
even 1080p.
I'm playing it on the S. Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
No?
The Xbox One, the original Xbox One, which is what I have, doesn't run it in 1080p. It downscales it to like 768, I think.
I don't think it'll matter. I mean, I feel like the graphics are a little blurry on my end. Well, yeah, but are you playing it on the X, Nugget?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I told you I refuse to play it on the X until I get a 4K monitor.
Right. I would love to see that game in 4K. Because even at 1080p, it looks to me like you can almost feel like you're being held back. Like there's more there because it's not as crisp as it could be.
It looks amazing.
I'm assuming that's because it's better the higher up you go. I just can't go any higher. So,
But the HDR that they have in the game for people who do have a 4K monitor or a TV is an upscaled standard SDR, like SDR. It's upscaled because when they designed the game, they didn't have HDR in mind. So it either is a little bit over bright,
I had that issue.
or it's too dark. So
I had the too bright issue. I had to fix it.
a lot of people with 4K, they just turn HDR off and just enjoy the 4K and don't give a crap about the more vibrant black levels and colors, I guess. So I don't know.
That's racist.
Oh no, but what he's saying makes sense though, because the monitor that I play on, one of the specialties of this monitor in particular is that it has like this crazy. It's got a black level equalizer or some shit to where you can adjust the black levels in any game on the screen basically so much. It's basically for FPSs and RTSs mostly, but so you can see in the shadows. It's to give an advantage and be able to see in the dark for competitive shit. But this game was way too bright for this monitor until I adjusted some stuff. So I can kind of relate to what he was saying because I couldn't see shit in the snow. It was just way too bright until I fixed it, and then it was better. It looked more normal.
864p resolution is what the Xbox One renders the game at.
What does the Xbox One S do? Probably the same.
The One S, it doesn't say. It's probably the same. The One X is the only one that actually runs it in native 4K.
Now, somebody told me that it wasn't 4K on the One X.
Nope.
I thought it was.
It is
runs
native.
Yeah.
PS4 is upscaled 2000. What is it? Upscale like
Upscale's
checkerboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no reason that they shouldn't put this out on PC.
Right?
I mean,
I'm just
they
waiting.
would make.
I'm just biding
They
my
would make
time.
money. They would make so much money. Thoughts, guys? Don't make me be the only one talking about this game. He doesn't even have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I mean, it's. I mean, there's not much to piggyback off of. Like, I've struggled with people asking me how it is because it's like, I want to be like, it's awesome. It's probably one of the best games I've played, but I haven't got that far into it to be able to
Right.
honestly answer that. And so I guess I just say it lives up to the hype. The hype they put out behind it, everything they said, I feel like it lives up to. I mean, when you talk about a horse taking a shit and you found that amusing,
It was.
but here's the thing.
You want to watch it?
We're in horse country here.
Yeah.
And I know when a horse is getting ready to take a shit, its tail goes straight up in the air. So it doesn't shit on its tail. These horses, when they go to take a shit, raise their tail at first, so you know it's coming.
Oh my god, dude!
Like, that's the attention to detail.
There's
like, the
so
things, the
much attention to
sounds,
detail. You're right.
The water is
Man.
beautiful. Like, I was
wanna
mesmerized
tell a
by
story.
water.
I want to tell a story.
You're the shit guy. You gotta go figure out what horses do before they take a shit. Just get
Well,
on.
that's right.
Dude, they have cops on horses here. So first of all, there are so many different horses. There's like 40 different types of horses,
Is there a
and they all look
Palomino?
different. I don't know.
I guarantee
Probably.
it.
I guarantee there is.
That's
I
mean.
But it took me a while before I found some that actually looked like all the horses you and I are used to seeing here in Kentucky. But I went on
I've
a mission.
seen Clydesdales.
Yes.
Sorry.
Or sires and whatever, horseball shrink what it's called. It's true. I went on a mission. This is so funny. There was a guy I was supposed to be getting some money from or some shit. I don't know. I was shaking him down. And he didn't have anything, so I took all his shit from his house. And he's like, oh, come on. He was Russian. So he didn't speak English very well. And I basically took everything he had of value from his house and told him, all right, your debt's paid or whatever. Mission was over. So you'd think, the house is now off limits or whatever. So I went outside and I got ready to get on my horse and I heard a horse whinny. And I'm like, damn, you know what? He does have a barn. I should go see if there's anything in there. I went in the barn and there was the biggest, most gorgeous, however, kind of cottage cheese colored looking horse I had seen yet in the game. Like it was
white?
Yeah, oh yeah. But
Okay.
white with some black, brown.
What kind of cottage cheese do you eat, man?
Like rotted cottage
I
cheese.
don't, but somebody said it looks like cottage cheese on the stream. But anyway, I went and got on this horse. It already had a saddle on it. I was seriously going to take this fucking horse and take it to a stable and save it because I was like, this horse is so awesome. So I was going to leave my horse there and come back for it later. So I get on the horse, I ride him out of the stable, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I was really digging this horse. Like, it was an upgrade. Stats and everything were an upgrade. And as I walk out of the barn with the horse, here comes the fucking Russian guy out of his house. And he's like, oh, no, come on, this is my... Oh, and he just turns around, he gets real sad, and he walks back into his fucking house and shuts the door. And I'm like, the mission was over. But the game knew that I was going in there. And then when I walked out of there on his horse, the game knew to tell him, hey, they're stealing your horse too. The guy comes out and he's like, no, come on, that's my horse. And he's like, oh, and all defeated. He knows he can't do anything about it. So he gets all defeated and sad and walks back in the house. Now, I got off the horse. Excuse me.
What that whistle?
Yeah, I got off the horse and I'm like, I'm going to go talk to the guy. He's probably going to go in here and blow his head off, right? Wouldn't let me in the house. The doors were locked after that. So, but I just thought the attention to detail there, where the mission I was there for was over. It was done. It already told me that it was over. Bounty collected or whatever. And so me going and getting the horse was just kind of a side thing. And it knew when I did it to send that guy out and have a reaction. And actually that reaction made me decide to put the horse back in the stable and just take my own horse and not take anything else from the guy. So, yeah, you were talking about attention to detail, and it's so good, man.
Man, is
What's going on,
good.
Afro Samurai?
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. From running in snow, the deeper the snow, the slower you run. Tracks in the snow look so realistic. I chased a guy out in the snow, killed him, came back, and as I was coming back, our trails, both of our trails, out to where he died were still there. In other games that would go away, like after you went so far. Yeah, this was a good run before I got him and killed him, and then come back. But the water is amazing. I could stare at the water in this game. It's just, I don't know what it is, but it's mesmerizing. But their attention to detail, I'll tell you guys a thing that's not a part of the story. It's one of the crazy things that happened to me, almost like the woman in Red Dead 1 that shot herself in the head. We just set up camp, so I'm still at the base camp. I ride out about 100, 200 yards from the base camp, hear a guy talking to his horse. I look over and he's bent over the horse. He's like, oh yeah, you like it like that, or something weird to draw your attention to him. So I ride over to him like, oh, we're trying to keep our nose clean here. We're trying to, we're all outlaws. We don't want to be noticed. So I'm going to be nice to this guy. So I call out to him from the hard menu that Wes
You didn't choose call out, did you?
I chose just a hi, like a
greeting. Okay, yeah, greetings is the good
happy
thing.
Greeting. So I was like, "Hey, mister," and he jumps and screams because I scared him. He didn't know I was behind him, and when he screamed, it scared his horse. His horse kicked him in the head and killed him. So now I have a dead dude looking down there, and I get a bounty from this because 2 people see me loot him. I'm like, well, he's already dead. I didn't kill him. His horse killed him. But I guess they just see me looting a dead dude, so it gives me a bounty for doing it. I don't know if maybe that's a bad thing anyways. Like, you're just not supposed to loot dead bodies in front of people, but...
Well, hell, I've had...
I mean, so say you watch somebody drop dead on the street and somebody comes up and just takes his wallet out of his pocket. How are you gonna feel about that?
I've had that happen. Like, dude, this one time I was chasing a guy. This doesn't have anything to do with that, but the random shit. What do we got here?
I thought you were talking about in real life.
I appreciate the follow, Afro.
One time, this guy's stealing some shit, chase after him, Meyer.
I don't do that anymore. So this one time I was chasing after a guy who was a witness to me killing somebody, and so it pops up the little game mechanic. It's like witness investigating or something, and like somebody can see what's going on, and you have a chance to stop them and get rid of all the witnesses. So I'm chasing this guy, and I stop him, and I keep calling out to him, telling him just stop, because I hadn't caught him yet. Like to tackle him, and finally he stops on his own, and I'm like, oh, he stopped. So I stopped, and as soon as I stopped, like the second, and I don't know why or how the fuck this even happened, as soon as I stopped, I got speared by a deer right in the back. I stopped, and the deer was just like bam, and it like knocked me down, about half killed me, and the deer falls down too, and of course he gets up and takes off running. I'm just like, how did this even happen? But that was just randomness. I've been flipped off of horses. I accidentally threw my horse off a cliff, and fell with it.
Well,
so
that's not hard to do sometimes though, because sometimes those horse mechanics can get wonky. Like when you're trying to be very
well. I thought it was a smaller drop than it really was, and so he went, and I fell off of him as soon as he went, and I tried to hold on, but then I fell. He died before I died, and when I respawned, that horse was still dead. Like he's gone. So, there's just so many random stories you could tell, and they're all pretty fun. I survived last night probably 12 or 13 gunfights because of my bounty, and then got jumped by some people trying to hijack me on a bridge for money, and ended up getting killed. The one you flipped was your first one? No, it was the one that I had chased down and tamed myself. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, anyway. The legendary grizzly. No, it killed me, and I went back and tried to find it, and I haven't been able to locate it yet. The damn thing's got a big hole for an eye. Oh, speaking of holes for eyes and shit, I put a couple of arrows through a couple of heads. And when you go to loot their bodies, those arrows are definitely in their heads where they should be. Like, it's the physics and the bullet holes and everything. You could totally like take a guy's head off. I actually blew a dude's head off with a shotgun. There was no head left. There was like this part of his bone or something was there, and that's about it. Everything else was gone from here over. I've shot people in the face and went to loot them, and their eye was completely missing. Big hole where their eye used to be, bloody hole. The bullet holes are pretty awesome in the game. I don't know if you've had any experience with that, Nugget, but shooting somebody in the head with an arrow is pretty awesome, and you can loot your arrow back from them.
No, is there a chance your arrow breaks?
I don't know.
Okay.
Tune in next week
for arrow facts.
That's right. All right. What else do we have to say?
More you know.
Give your overall thoughts of the game, Pascal.
Yeah, 10 out of 10. I mean, the only thing why I don't want to give it like a definite rating though is because I want to see. I mean, the main game is fine. I mean, I love it, but I'm so worried about the online part and the online part taking over the potential story expansions. And I don't know, like they did it with GTA Online, so with GTA 5.
My thing is I think they've got their DLC shit planned out. I think it's been planned out for as long as they've had the game in the works. So it's either going to be all online like GTA 5 or it's not. But whatever it is, I don't think they're gonna make any decisions about it now. I think it's already been decided a long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah, but other than that, I mean, I love it. Like, I mean, we can all. That's the thing. I mean, I think we could talk for like 5 hours about all our random experiences, but the fact that they put so much attention to detail and put this in there, it's those little things that matter to me, and it's a great game, and I'm glad it came out now, that we don't have to wait another year or till like March or something. And
I've been waiting for that game for like 7 years.
And I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's better than the first one, but I will definitely give my verdict on the podcast once I finish the game. But that's gonna be a while out because I'm gonna take my time with this one.
While.
Yeah. I don't know that. I don't know that you can even say, even if it's really good, I don't know that you can say it's better or worse, because I mean, at the same time, story-wise, story is going to be the biggest difference. Gameplay mechanics, if there are new ones, might make a difference too. But for the most part, they're making the same game on a new engine, or at least with on a more powerful system.
Gameplay-wise, it's better. Gameplay-wise, I think it's better from the things you can do, and I don't know, like it's so stupid because it's one of the reasons. But so Arthur, the character you play, I went to the barber and got him a bald haircut, just bald, clean shaven bald. And then they have those like hair tonics that will accelerate your hair growth. And I think within like 6 or 7, like I didn't even think about it first. 6 or 7 like in-game days, like everything started to grow, and I thought it was amazing because Witcher did it, but they did it, I think, not as intensive. That's the word. Like yes, they didn't, put so much attention to it. It was cool, but I don't know. I think it's just the little things that bring the game to make it more alive. And Wes said it's kind of, told me that sometimes it's a little bit too simulation,
like a life simulator.
Yeah, and I agree that I could see that point, but I feel like I like it a little bit more that way because I can be a cowboy.
Yeah, I want to put a caveat to that. I said that, but I also said that I wouldn't change it.
Yeah, and I think it fits the setting, and like Nuggets said, it's going to be long time because I'm going to take my time with this one. Usually I'm like, let's get it all done, don't sleep at all. But this time I just enjoy it, and might even not even finish it when Battlefield 5 comes out. So that's like a month out. So not even that. Oh crap, it's like 2 weeks out. But yeah, so I'll take my time with it, and I think what Nugget said fits it perfectly. To keep it short, it meets the hype.
Yeah,
like it is, everything I expected, if not better. And I can't wait to play it again later tonight.
I agree. Nugget, did you say your piece in that, or you got more?
Yeah, no. I've enjoyed everything I've played with. There's not one thing other than, well, I take that back. Bethesda, you messed up. You called a northern Wisconsin turkey an eastern turkey.
That's not Bethesda.
Well, I'm sorry.
Rockstar.
I was reading something on my paper.
They still get the blame because of
But fuck you, Fallout 76's beta.
I was looking down. Look, that's what it was. Right there, the big screen. Beta. What beta? And I was looking at it. Sorry, Rockstar. You messed up on your turkeys. You need to fix that. That wasn't an eastern turkey that Westman killed the other night.
Jesus, I just coughed right into the microphone.
Years.
Everybody's dead.
But
to be fair, there are no states there are no real states in this game. All the lands and states are fictitious. So maybe they changed the name of it because Wisconsin doesn't exist in this world. Maybe. I don't know.
Why'd they take that take on like an alternative history kind of deal?
I don't know. Same way that California isn't California, it's Los Santos, and in Grand Theft Auto.
Okay. I would.
Vice City is Miami. It's just not. They don't use real locations. I guess they simulate real locations. Liberty City is New York City. They have a place, a French, a city that's clearly supposed to be New Orleans in this game.
Nolans.
Yes, Nolans. And then they have one that's supposed to be up north, kind of like New York, but I'm not sure if it's New York or like Philadelphia. And then there's out in the west, but they're not. It's not Texas, it's not California or Wyoming or stuff like that. They have their own names. New Hanover is one of them. I can't remember all the states' names, but yeah. So that I didn't think about that until you mentioned Wisconsin, and maybe that's a reason why they did that. I don't know.
I totally made that name up for that turkey.
Who's the turkey now?
Yeah.
Gobble gobble, motherfucker.
Maybe it is an Eastern turkey.
Maybe.
All right.
They just called it that because we went east, I think.
That's right.
I think that's a jive turkey.
Turkey.
But no, that's all I got on it, man. It's there. I think anybody who wants to get it should get it. It should definitely be on your Christmas list.
If you don't have it already. That's right. All right, so does anybody have any regular news they want to cover?
I don't want to cover it. I just wanted to touch on that Twitch updates that you sent us.
Updates that you sent out.
Yeah, we can
I
do
mean,
that,
like,
or we can talk about it
less than 2 or 3 minutes. So
let's see. I know. I'm gonna try to pull it up here. There were so many of them. Basically, they're coming out. Yeah, for Twitch, they're coming out with squad streams, which is a native multi-stream type platform from Twitch. However, my problem with it is you can pull up all 4 streams on one screen, but the chat, from what I understand, the chat is not all integrated, and to me, that's a problem.
Yeah, why wouldn't you integrate the chat at that point? Like, if you pull up the squad stream for 4 streams, just make a squad stream chat.
There are third-party companies that have multi-streams that do that for you, so I don't know why they haven't been able to. Maybe they have, and I read what they said wrong or misunderstood it, but I'm pretty sure it said that their individual chat is... I could be wrong. Either way, they're doing what they need to do as far as getting around to multi-streams, and we will definitely be taking advantage of it. Nugget.
I streamed. I streamed a couple days. Hey, that's better than none.
A couple other things. Sub badges. Sub badges in the past have been consecutive related. So, like, if you missed a month and you went and resubbed to somebody, you would start over at 1 month. So if you've been subbed to somebody for 11 months and then you missed a month and a half, because they give you like a pretty generous grace period, if you fail to resub, then it starts over and says you've been subbed for 1 month, and that's kind of shitty, because that person has shown almost a year of support for a streamer. Why should it take away from them just because they couldn't sub for a month or 2 or even a year and now they come back? They should still get acknowledged for that support that they gave when they gave it. So they're now finally, and streamers have been asking for this for years, they're changing sub badges to cumulative time subbed rather than consecutive. So if somebody's been subbed for 6 months and they take 3 months off and they come back, they're still going to have their 6 months, and when they sub again, it'll be 7 instead of starting over at 1. That is something that they've been needing to fix too. So, they're adding a Snapchat extension.
I think that's kind of cool.
It is cool.
I'm not like super into Snapchat, but there'd be cool stuff you could do with throwing on Super Saiyan when you get a fucking sub or something like that.
And think of all the girls that are going to be streaming with the little doggy ears and the doe ears. And
so my girlfriend
extra boners for everybody
about that while I was telling her about it, because I thought it was cool. Do you think they'll integrate the voice changer ones? Because there's Snapchat filters that alter your voice, and I was wondering if that would even be a possibility.
I don't know.
That'd be kind of interesting.
I don't know. I mean, it would alter all the audio coming into the stream.
Exactly, it'd have to alter all the audio.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Trying to see what else. I didn't label all of these when I. This is talking about Snapchat.
For you and your community. Let's turn it over to a
That's the only
true
three
Those
I
only
read.
3 I could remember, but I think did you link a 4th one?
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh yeah, more people coming to support the streamer. How like you can become a Humble Bundle partner.
Oh yeah.
Supports you. Then there was more people
To have
coming. Like
one more way
I
to
can't even remember any of the names of them
revenue
of
and
the
support themselves
some of the people they
Oh.
already got on there.
Was that the bounty boards? Or
on Twitch.
I don't
Their responses
think
encouraged
so.
us to expand
I don't
bounty
remember
board.
anything.
Nobody
I
told
didn't
us.
they are
read
expanding the
far into that.
bounty board program. However,
Is that what it is?
they're also making a thing for a separate badge for stream VIPs. So, say somebody that's been there since day one, or somebody that maybe isn't subbed, but they're always, they've been an integral part of the community. A streamer can label a certain person a stream VIP just for like an extra level of recognition.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
great idea.
I like that.
So all
Give
these
me my
things
badge,
are
Wes.
all these things are coming soon. You'll have it.
Where the
So
badge at? I want that badge.
but that's about all I got for that. So that's the interesting stuff from TwitchCon, guys, from the keynote. Covered in 5 minutes. How about that? All right, so
Who needs a whole press conference?
exactly. So if there are no more regular news stories,
Weird and wacky news.
what you got, Nugget?
So this week I want to say I can't even look at the title of that one. I'm saving that one for last. So one of the ones I read was a UPS. The title is UPS driver hears someone yelling for help inside a home that he's delivering a package to. So poor guy drives up to the house, drops the package off, and hears help, help. And he stops and he listens and he's thinking it's a prank. Somebody's joking with him, so he doesn't put too much into it. Sneeze. So he starts to drive off, but he just can't stop thinking about it. So he actually texts his girlfriend and says, "Hey, this address, could you call the police, have them do a wellness check?" Well, come to find out, the police get there, find out everybody's okay. Nobody's hurt. Wasn't a prank either. This woman has a pet bird. And when she leaves, it gets very distraught and yells for help.
Oh my god!
So when it heard the driver pull up, it started squawking, "Help! Help!" So there's a funny video if you guys want to check that out. Of they actually go in and interview the woman, and the officer was there too, and they interview the bird and get it to scream help, and it was just pretty hilarious because it sounds like a woman needing in distress. Like, good on that guy for taking the time out to make sure somebody was okay. Took him a little longer than I think it would have been for me, but who knows?
Why didn't he just call?
Yeah, I don't know. I read into that, and that Gamer Chick and I had the same question. Like, why did he call his girlfriend to call? But anyways, maybe he's not allowed to be on his phone while he's driving a truck or something. Who knows? He's being a good little UPS driver. So my other one is, this one just cracked me up because we're all filthy old men here. Some of us young, but
Getting there.
yeah. So, girl signs up for college, and you know how you always go and you get your college email. We all know all about the college email. It's based off your name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's not good when your name is Megan Finger, because they gladly handed her name, which is finger me at cdw.edu.
Oh man!
Could you
Damn.
imagine? So they took care of her. They changed. They apologized, changed the name, but they literally gave her finger me at cwu.edu. If you guys want to email her and tell her how you think about her name, but that's all I got for the weird and wacky news. That was that. Finger me. I lost my shit in the middle of. Pretty sure somebody was to me at work, and I was supposed to be paying attention. I scrolled through my phone and saw it, and I about died.
Happens.
That's fucking
So
terrible.
that's all I got on the weird and wacky news this week, Sky.
Well, if nobody's got anything else, we're gonna wrap it up at a hefty 2 hours.
We kept it. Hey, we put.
They could have gone a lot longer.
Considering
Yeah.
that we've gone 3 weeks.
There's still
keeping
more.
it ended.
We still got to talk about Fallout, but I mean, there's some Fallout to talk about, but we can save it because it's like we've played. I think there's more anger to talk about Fallout than there is game.
Yeah.
So
It's more about the practice of the break it early test, blah blah blah, whatever.
shit,
it was.
more like shut it off early and hold it until it comes out. Anyway, yeah. So if nobody's got anything else,
No, I'm
Uh-uh.
good.
I'm going to bed.
I do want to know
Toodles.
there are a few of you here. I guess I do have something else. I know Wes talked about it at the beginning. You guys were going to try to start slowly sending you over to our actual
Good
Twitch
call.
page
you
and
look that up real
SideQuest.
quick.
So he'll throw a link in there for you guys. Eventually,
me,
we
I
would
don't
like
have
to
it.
get. We would like to get there and have you guys follow us there. So it's you know where to find us on that day compared to when you know to find us, especially if some of us come back to streaming, or if we all start squad streaming. You can find every one of us, and we'll all be tied differently, I think. So just a side quest plug.
Oh, definitely a good idea.
Maybe
Glad you did that. Maybe
tick, tock, tick, tock.
Finger me.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so guys, follow that channel. Here in the near future, we're going to be switching this show over to that. So that way there's no confusion with people wanting to follow that show and following me and then coming back the next day and going, what the fuck is this guy playing games for? Or whatever, So also any bits and shit that's donated through that, if it ever gets affiliate or whatever, it's all going to be split between us. And it's just kind of, it's weird right now when people sometimes donate shit during the show. I'm like, okay, somebody just donated $1. Should I give each of these guys a quarter or what? So, which I mean, they would be entitled to. So, yeah, but we're gonna switch to that, just to make it our own thing. So, other than that, yeah, thank you, Beast. Other than that, if we don't have anything else, next Tuesday, guys, around 10 p.m. Sound good for you?
Yes,
Sounds
sir,
good.
to me.
You
That's
shook your head no and said yes, Zach. Are you sure?
Oh, I'm just thinking holiday season's coming up, so I get to be at work at 6 a.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
So kicking it back an hour. So
well, guys, I'll tell you what, right? First and foremost, during the holiday season, the podcasts are probably going to be sporadic. So we definitely won't be doing it every week, I can tell you that.
retail.
So yeah, I think every single one of us work
retail.
retail. So it's going to be, you know, until January, starting in about 2 weeks, and until January, it's going to be kind of weird. So yeah. But yeah, tentatively next Tuesday, 10 p.m. We will see you guys then. Thanks for coming out. Love you guys. Say bye, guys.
Bye bye. Toodly doo.
Bye.